So how did the gifted come back and nobody told me it was coming back this early? Cue the intro. What's going on, everybody? The Gifted episode 11. You know, we left off episode 10 with a banger. We know episode 10 was freaking epic. A lot of stuff went down. Let's go ahead and get into episode 11. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. Not really a lot, but it's stuff that needs to be talked about because this episode is really kind of fast paced. It kind of pushed forward the narrative of where we're going forward, introduced just a new player in the show. Here we go. So we get 2 years ago flashback when Blink was going to the movies with a guy and some mutant haters. It always reminds you of the Friends of Humanity. That's something that they didn't use on this show. I think they could use that. I don't know if they can or can't, but I think they should. They end up setting her car on fire, which was kind of bootleg, and she ran off. But the guy that she was with was a total punk and didn't even protect her. But I can understand why you got a bunch of guys with fire and probably some firearms and guns. And, you know, you might want to keep your life. I understood. Totally understood. We meet up with the triplets who are going to meet with the man that he said that he's being paid to rebuild the Hellfire Club. Comic book. Woo, woo, woo. So the Hellfire Club, if you guys don't know, is one of a club that was inside of the X-Men universe, where they kind of did a lot of good stuff and sometimes bad stuff. And it was made of some of our most prominent characters like Storm and Magneto and Emma Frost. They were all part of the Hellfire Club. Many other people were part of the Hellfire Club as well. But he's saying he's trying to rebuild the Hellfire Club, okay? We get our funerals for both Dreamer and we got a funeral for Jace's partner that was killed. And we get all of this baby talk from Lorna. All this talk that she do about this baby. And her stomach is not showing. She ain't grown not one bit. I think she lying. She could have lost that baby when they kicked her in the stomach in jail. But we don't know that yet. Okay. Because they don't go to the doctors and stuff because they mutants. Alright. So the triplets showed up to the Mutant Underground asking for help to stop the Hound program. All right, which is the program that Campbell is using to take mutants and turn them around to make them work for Sentinel Services and for basically just police in general and stuff like that. So Campbell came to meet Jace asking him for his help with the Hound program. He said after doing research on the triplets, well, basically Campbell said after doing research on the Strucker kids that he's devised a way of how to combine other mutants and their powers. So we'll get to that in a second. But after doing research on the triplets in the Mutant Underground, they found out that their names are Esme, Sophie, and Phoebe Frost. So are these Emma Frost's children in this universe? But what I did was I did my research. And what I found out was that Emma Frost did take these girls in at one time, but it never said that these were Emma Frost's daughters or children. They both have like telepathic abilities, but it never stated specifically that these were Emma Frost's daughters. It just stated that they took her in. You know, I did my research, did my Googling, my comic book knowledge and whatnot. So, but they did say when they got arrested, they said that their last name was Cuckoo. So there goes that's Cuckoo. So there goes that Stepher Cuckoo thing I was going on about, you know, in one of the previous episode videos when they first introduced the triplets. So Reed and Caitlin has decided to leave the Mutant Underground due to the sisters coming back, which I think is stupid. All right. And like I said, Campbell used the research to find out he can take other mutants and put their powers together. The Struckers went to another safe house, and one of the triplets were there to try to convince Andy that they needed to stay and help out and help get rid of Trask Industries. One of the sisters went to the Mutant Underground and woke Lorna up to talk to her. One of the sisters told Lorna that her real father was a member of the Hellfire Club and he was a king. We know who Lorna's father is, and that is Magneto. So this is the first real mention of her real father. Oh my God. I know they're not going to do Magneto, but just watching shows like this and the words they play around with can be so epic at times. So we got back to the other safe house where they were moved to before going to Mexico. Trask showed up with two mutants with an apparatus that connects their powers, and they attacked the building. Now, this apparatus had both of their hands conjoined together in the middle, but their other hand was free, and they were able to use their powers, and they were ripping that building apart. Basically, it connected their blood flow, kind of like how Andy and Lauren do, but they're not connected to anything. It's just that connection with their powers. All right. So Sentinel Services had the perimeter surrounded, and the sisters had telepathically linked to Andy to show him how to get free. First of all, them triplets fine. They some good looking triplets. What blonde hair, blue eyes, just gorgeous. They're gorgeous. When they all talk together, it's kind of hot. Okay, so we'll keep moving from that. So now we got a situation where they're finally agreeing to work with the triplets to help, stop Trash Industries. I wonder what's going to happen next. Another question is who is the man that the triplets are working for, and who is backing these plans? Something about the inner circle. I want to know who's backing these plans, what's going on with this in the long run. Let me know what you think about this episode of The Gifted in the comments below, whether you watch this on YouTube or Facebook. You guys know who we are. We're Families Anonymous. You guys have a good one.